Welcome, y'all.
Hey, Granny.
Hey, how you doing?
How's it going?
How you doing, Kyrstin?
I'm doing. I'm making it.
Yeah. Going to see Grandpa
Yes.
this evening?
Yes, he's in town.
That's cool. Where does Grandpa live?
He lives,
Far away?
Yeah, he lives in Chicago right now.
Mm.
He's in an assisted living.
Dang, that is far.
Yeah.
So he's here visiting.
Yeah,
Well,
my
that's-
aunt lives there.
Okay.
So
Is she here
she's-
visiting too?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
My parents wouldn't picked him up and brought him
I was
back.
like, oh, he just hopped in the bus and came on
That would
down.
be nice, huh? He can't fly. I guess it's medical. Otherwise, he would just fly out
Bless
here.
his little heart. Well, hey,
Yeah.
Pops, what do you call him?
Papa.
Papa. Hey, Papa. You probably never hear this.
Nope. He'd be like, oh my God, my granddaughter.
Anything new going on with you?
Not a whole lot.
Same old, same old.
Same old, same old.
Chandler's here, camera switching. Hey, Chan.
Hey, Chandler.
He might fall asleep
Yeah,
while he's
sleepy.
camera switching. Stayed up to 5 o'clock in the morning. Okay, not that late.
As long as it's not 5, you'll be good to go.
I remember those days.
Mhm.
Okay. Hope everybody had a happy 4th. We did. We blew
Yes.
shit up.
Yep.
We ate
Good
shit.
time.
Yeah, it was great. You ready for a story?
I'm ready.
We're going to go to 2011.
All right.
I feel like, make sure I didn't do this. Okay. Hopefully. No, I don't think I did. They all run
Are
together.
you sure?
This is my first sip of drink. Okay. What are you drinking, by the way?
Loaded tea and vodka.
Mm.
Knoll, actually. And I really like their vodka. It's a local distillery.
Knoll?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
It's either Knoll or Noel, but I'm pretty sure it's Knoll. And it's a father-daughter distillery.
Mm,
It's smooth.
okay.
It's really good.
I am drinking Swear Jar.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Classic.
Mm-hmm. Because I've given up on Crown.
Did you?
Yep. I was like, my birthday's
Why?
coming
What
up. Nobody buy
happened?
me Crown. I'm over it. I'm done.
Done with it.
Done.
Did you do the blackberry?
I did with the lemonade. Someone
Yes.
had it and it was good.
So good.
It was good. But I needed a change. So
Yeah.
here we go, 2011. That's when I wrote The Disappearance Happens. And since this story is not fresh in my brain, I have no idea what that means.
All right.
Pop culture.
Okay.
I found out in 2011, Alicia Silverstone named her baby Bear Blue.
What?
Bearblu.
Like a one word?
No, 2 words.
First and a middle?
I don't know. It might be
For
Bear Blue Marie. I don't
For
know. Or maybe that's a boy's name.
Could be.
Bear Blue Lee. I don't know.
that would be good. Bear Bluey.
Okay. So that kind of sent me down a rabbit hole just to see other crazy names that celebrities gave their babies.
In this year?
Yes.
Okay.
Scarlett Johansson and Colin Jost named their son Cosmo.
Okay. I can get on board with that one.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Rihanna and ASAP Rocky.
Rihanna. Yeah.
and ASAP Rocky had a son called RZA in honor of the legendary Wu-Tang Clan rapper RZA.
It's just the letters?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
All 3 are capitalized.
It's funny.
And their second child was, and that wasn't the same year, but
Right.
it was right there in the article,
Right.
so I couldn't resist.
Right.
Riot Rose.
I love Riot.
Rose was her middle name.
I love that.
It's just like,
Yeah.
and then so soft.
Soft and sweet.
Yeah. Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin named their baby Apple.
Mm.
You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And she was asked, Oprah asked her in an interview why, and she's like, apples are so sweet and they're wholesome and it's biblical. And I just thought it sounded so lovely.
So it's biblical because it is a word in the actual Bible.
Well, wouldn't pretty much any word except for motherfucker, be like biblical?
Yes.
All right.
That's
So
duly noted. We can just say whatever. I named my kid Have, and it's biblical, so I had to.
I named my kid Commandment.
Yeah. Look, that'll come.
Mm-hmm.
That'll come.
All right. So that was my 2011 pop culture.
Blaze was born 2011.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is what happened in 2011. This
All right.
story takes place in Fort Walton Beach, Florida.
Okay.
Florida Man's one of my favorite
I
characters.
feel like a lot of Florida, there's a lot of shit happens in Florida.
A lot of shit happens in Florida. A lot of shit happens in California. And in Texas.
They're wild.
So think about how big a population those states are.
Mhm.
So maybe that's just the odds are you're going to have more crazy
One
people.
in whatever, however many.
All right. So let me tell you about Marie Carlson. Marie was born in 1974 in the Philippines.
Okay.
She was born to a single mom.
Okay.
Marie was taken in by an American serviceman and his family.
Oh, that's good.
Eventually, Marie found out that the American serviceman was her dad.
Oh,
So he must have had an affair.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
At least he.
Yeah, he took her in
Yeah.
and took care of her.
Yeah.
And, you know, she had a family.
Yeah, he did right by her
Yeah.
as his daughter, so that's good.
And she loved her sister. Like, they were best friends.
Which is his wife and.
his child.
Okay.
So her name was
Cool.
Esta. Esta, yep.
Okay.
And they grew up together. And when they got older, they actually moved to Florida and got an apartment together
Okay.
behind a karaoke bar
Oh,
because they loved karaoke.
they probably never slept.
Bitch, if you love karaoke that
Die.
much to where you have to be within walking
There's no
distance of a
You're like a crackhead for karaoke.
Marie Carlson was magnetic. She lived life to the fullest and she offered her goodness to other people. She was just super nice.
I have to pause you because something just popped in my head.
What?
I saw this TikTok yesterday, and it's this older lady, and she says, everybody who is in these murder documentaries or everybody who's been killed lit up the room. Thank God I'm old and grouchy. I died when I saw it. I was like, yep.
That's true. They do say that a lot
Every
of times.
time she lit up the room.
Oh, she had a
like, not
magnetic
that
person.
bitch. She was a mean ass
Yeah,
bitch.
I ain't turning no lights on when I'm coming in the room. You know what I'm saying? All right. She met Jeff Carlson
Okay.
and he fell hard for Marie.
Okay.
There was an instant connection. They dated and then they got married.
Nice.
They had a daughter named, I think it's Paris, but let me turn the page. Yes, Paris. They named her Paris. Marie got a degree in criminal justice and became a deputy sheriff.
Nice. It's a rough job.
They had some tension in their relationship.
Yeah.
Marie opened up to Jeff that she had been sexually assaulted when she was a
Ooh.
girl. Jeff and Marie tried to make their marriage work, but Marie struggled.
It's hard to overcome that.
Yeah, she
100%.
struggled.
Yeah.
And like Jeff felt like she didn't really love herself because that happened.
Well, most don't.
Yeah. So anyway, Marie and Jeff drifted apart.
Right.
They got divorced. It was a difficult time for her. She was a single mom. She went through several different jobs. Money was tight. So eventually she and Jeff decided it would be best for Paris to live with Jeff.
Oh,
That had to be really hard.
Really hard.
But she saw her a lot. She spent
Good.
time with her. She got to see her a lot.
I couldn't imagine.
But they decided that mutually
Together.
together. Yeah. So
For the best of the kid.
absolutely.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do as parents.
Yeah. Yeah.
sure.
And Jeff really, I saw him in the documentary. He seemed like, even though they were divorced,
He loved her.
yeah, that he
Yeah.
cared for her and that, they were trying to do the best they could
Good.
for Paris.
Good.
So it's at this point in Marie's life, she's searching for something.
Mm-hmm.
And like a lot of people going through difficult times, she turned to God.
Mm-hmm.
She started attending the Calvary Emerald Coast Church.
Okay.
The church was in a strip mall, and it started off small.
Okay.
Marie finally found a place where she felt comfortable.
Small churches, you usually
Tight.
find, you usually find that comfort.
Well, and the pastor was a man named James Flanders who preached in jeans and tennis shoes.
Nice.
So that's pretty chill.
Yes.
I think. He also live streamed his sermons on YouTube.
Good deal.
So he's all like,
Progressive.
2011, that's,
It was the beginning of
Yeah.
that for sure.
his sermons were lively. James's wife, Tanya, I think it's Tanya, actually. I might say it either way.
Yeah.
They were known for their charity and good deeds.
Good.
So far,
Wholesome.
everything's great.
Mm-hmm.
So as I mentioned, Marie was going through a rough patch. Money was tight. James and Tanya took Marie into their home.
Oh.
Yeah, she was going to stay with them until she got on her feet.
Did she leave her
Mm.
deputy job because she was sexually assaulted? Do you know?
I do not know.
Okay.
And I don't know.
Like if that was too much constant dealing with that type of stuff that brought all that back for her.
It could have, because obviously she had to have left it if
Yeah.
she was going through different
Yes.
jobs and struggling
Yeah.
for money. But I don't know the reason why
Right,
she left
okay.
it. But she's going to stay with James and Tanya until she got on her feet.
Good. It's good that they did that.
Yeah. A year went by. Marie still lived with James and Tanya.
Mm-hmm.
Marie had a secret. And before long, it began to show. She was pregnant.
Damn.
She told everyone that she had an abusive boyfriend who got her pregnant and left.
Wow.
In July 2011, that's where I started telling you that's where the story's going to take place. She had a girl named Grace.
Okay.
And still, Marie is living with the pastor and his wife.
Oof.
All right. July is when she had her. We're going to October.
Okay.
Maria's, so sorry. Maria's family received a group text. Marie texted that she had left Fort Walton Beach to do something that she had always wanted to do. She also texted, "Don't try to stop me."
Oh, shit.
"I love and appreciate you all," in the family group text. That was it.
That's weird.
So don't ask me what her thing was she always wanted to do, but that's what she said. And her family was confused.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when they found out that Marie didn't take the baby Grace.
Oh, shit.
Grace is 3 months old.
Which is probably not like her.
No.
It doesn't seem like she's like neglectful towards the well-being of her kids.
The baby stayed with the pastor and his wife when Marie disappeared.
Sketch.
Yes. Marie's sister, Esta, remember?
Yes.
She's the one that lived behind the karaoke
She's
bar.
older or younger?
Esta, I feel like they're pretty close in age.
Okay.
I don't know, but within a year or
like
two.
he did the deed in the Philippines and then went home and did the same deed.
Honey, I have another daughter.
Surprise.
You have twins now.
Can you imagine?
So her sister, Esta, said there's no way Marie would leave baby Grace.
Right.
Not at all. And if she did leave Grace, she would leave Grace with Grace's grandmother, not the pastor and his wife.
My insight on that is you don't know. You don't really know your people as good as you do until they really show you what's what.
Mm-hmm.
I know that from experience.
Marie's ex, Jeff, remember him?
Mm-hmm.
He also got the same text message.
So he was in the family group.
Well, I think he got it separately,
separate.
but he got it. And he said there was no way Marie would leave Paris without talking to her.
Say, hey, I'm going to do whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So Jeff was like, screw this. I'm calling the police to report her missing. And the police opened a report. As detectives investigated, they learned that Marie was deeply in love with both of her daughters, and there is no way she would leave them after talking to people.
Right.
So what happened? Where's Marie?
Right.
Esther, her sister, went to the police and told them about the divorce that Marie and Jeff went through.
Right.
And how Marie was struggling, how Marie found God in this church and moved in with the pastor and his wife. And Esta said she never questioned Marie about the baby's father. She figured Marie is a grown-up.
She'll tell me if she needs to tell
Exactly.
me. Yeah.
She'll tell me when she's ready.
Yeah.
So after talking to Esta, the first stop the police made was at James Flanders.
Pastor and wife.
Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Pastor.
Okay.
James was very charismatic. He had grown this church from scratch.
Yeah, they usually are.
Yeah. By the time Marie joined the church, every service was packed.
It's awesome.
Police asked the Flanders if they had any idea what happened to Marie or what do we hear about this abusive boyfriend that got her pregnant and left. Where's he at? Who is he?
Right.
The Flanders told the police that Marie sometimes takes off and leaves for a few days.
So it's kind of normal for them.
It wasn't unusual for her to do this. She would always come back.
Right.
They did, however, say they were worried about Marie's mental health.
Yeah.
I mean,
all of that stuff that's rooted when you're little, it doesn't, especially if you have to constantly, and from what it sounds like, it was a big wedge in her marriage. And she opened up. She opened up, and then it's like, I can't talk to nobody about this because bad shit happens when I do.
I mean, I don't know.
I know.
Mr. and Mrs. Pastor.
I'm overanalyzing it.
No, I don't think so. But they said that she seemed to be in a downward spiral.
Okay.
That maybe she was in a depression.
Postpartum too.
Could be, yeah.
Could have.
Marie, they told the police that Marie had wild mood swings.
Yeah.
that she was bipolar.
Yeah.
She took medication for being bipolar. And you know, she stopped taking the medication while she was pregnant. And you know, when you get off your medicine, we've talked about that a million times. It's
a royal shit show.
Yeah.
Of emotions.
Yeah. It's rough too, because you're trying to do the right thing for the baby. But,
absolutely.
So the Flanders were like, here's her bottle, medication bottle. The bottle, they pulled out another medication bottle. It was totally empty. So they're like, oh God, maybe she overdosed. Took, maybe it was a suicide attempt.
Right.
So while interviewing Mr. and Mrs. Pastor, the police learned that the day Marie left, James Flanders stayed home from work because he was so concerned about Marie's state of mind. He didn't want Marie to take the baby.
Okay.
Tanya tells the investigators that she took the baby and went shopping. So now it's just
Mr.
James,
and Mrs. Pastor.
Mr. Pastor at home with, James said he went out for a run. When he got back home, Marie and her vehicle were gone.
Okay.
Marie packed her bags, but didn't take them. Her bags were there.
Oh. That would have been like the first red flag.
When Marie didn't come back by the next day, the Flanders... All right, here we go.
Right. What?
Here we fucking go.
Y'all didn't say shit?
No. They decided to drive around and see if they could find her.
Really? Like she's going to be roaming the roads?
Yep. They even went to the airport thinking that maybe she flew somewhere and left her car there. Yeah. Maybe she went to visit somebody. Well, James and Tanya they found her car at the airport in the long-term parking, and they took her vehicle home with them.
Oh, what the fuck?
I wrote what the actual fuck.
What the fuck?
If I flew somewhere, I would expect my car to be there when I got back home. I wrote that. What the actual fuck? What? Why did you take my car?
You motherfuckers.
You dumbasses. So the police checked with the airlines. Marie didn't. She was not on any passenger list. She didn't get on any flight. The detectives checked the airport parking garage. You know the little parking ticket when you go in, you push the button and gives you the ticket?
And then you pay when you leave?
Yes. So they actually found the actual ticket that was presented to get her vehicle out, I'm assuming. Somebody did. And they got a fingerprint off of it. But it was too smudged to read the fingerprint.
Of course it was.
So then they pulled surveillance video.
Okay.
They went to pull it from the airport parking lot, but the video wasn't working.
It never is, you know?
No,
it's fucking, sorry, we got to figure it out, motherfuckers. Let's just go. You just have to wait.
I'm going to have to go get the higher ups to pull that video for you.
No, bitch, I want to see it right now.
Weeks went by.
Okay,
no
so
Marie.
Let me circle back.
Yes.
So they took the car before the police was even called?
Yes.
And they just didn't...
Mr. and Mrs. Pastor.
They went and picked up the car.
Brought the car back home. Yeah. They find all this out when they went to their house to interview them and say, hey, what the what?
So they didn't say, hey, this is fucking weird. Let's call the cops.
I mean, I totally like... I mean, I get, if you're listening to the Flanders side of the story, they're like, she goes off.
Right.
We're not worried, but we're worried.
And then we took her car.
We found her car.
We're not even worried because we have her car now.
Yeah, we didn't want her, leave her car in long-term parking.
That's weird.
Yeah, the whole thing's weird.
Like, I could see how it could be like a favor. Like, I get that. But like,
don't do me any fucking favors.
I don't want your fucking favor. I want my car to be here when I come back.
Can you imagine you go to Orlando for vacation and you come back and your car's gone?
I'd lose my shit.
Anyway. Okay, so it's been weeks and weeks. No Marie.
Okay.
Police are feeling like she's dead. We're not looking for her.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. They feel like they have a homicide on their hands at this point.
Okay.
It's going to be difficult to prove that because there's no body.
Okay.
That's the path they're going down.
Sometimes it's like that.
Yes. So investigators start talking to members of the church, which I feel like they should have already been talking to members.
Doing that.
Ben done did that.
Like.
Yeah. The church members tell the same story that the police have heard about Marie having an abusive boyfriend.
Can you imagine him standing up for the whole congregation saying, guys, this is the story if the police ask.
Can I get an amen in the house? Yeah, they're telling them that he was abusive. He beat her up. He left when she found out she was preggers.
Right.
Marie didn't want to be with the father. She thought she was going to get an abortion,
Well,
but Mr. and Mrs. Passer were like, don't do that.
Not doing that.
Yeah. They had strong feelings against abortion.
Yeah.
They told Marie they would adopt the baby.
Okay.
They had always wanted another child, but they had had several miscarriages.
They have how many?
I guess one.
Okay.
I never could find. I feel like they left that person out of that
Yeah,
child out of the story
I get
for the
that.
sake of the child.
I get that.
So the pastor and his wife told police that the plan was that after the baby was born, Marie was going to stay for 3 months to nurse the baby. Then she was going to leave without the baby.
I could not imagine.
The baby was a gift for them.
I couldn't imagine. Here, nurse my kid for 3 months, and then it's my
Hold
kid.
the baby,
Yeah, like,
look
it's
at the
very
baby,
weird.
take care of the baby.
For 3 months, and then you're out. That's weird.
The police are skeptical.
Yeah.
This doesn't make sense.
It's very weird.
I mean, even on the weirdest level,
Yeah.
like you can't wrap your brain around it, I think.
No, even a surrogate's not going to be like, yo, let me nurse the baby for 3 months. I'm going to live with you.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you pay me. Yeah. That's very
Before
weird.
Marie went missing, she had
Mhm.
talked to her ex, Jeff, about
Okay.
the pregnancy.
Okay, so she told him.
Yes. Because he
Good.
was like, hey, what's this all about?
Yeah.
And she said, I'm being a surrogate for Mr. and Mrs.
Oh, so she did label it that way.
Plaster.
Okay.
Plaster.
Fuck that plaster.
Mr. and Mrs. Pastor. Marie told Jeff it was artificial insemination.
Oh, wow.
And she was just a surrogate. And no one else heard this story. Everybody else heard the story about abusive boyfriend.
And that she was keeping the baby, and that was that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Keith Morrison is the one I'm doing the story when I'm
Right.
watching the documentary.
I like him.
And he just goes, well. It's fine. I love Keith Morrison.
His voice is so
Oh, it
soothing.
is. It
It's like,
is.
I'm going to go to sleep now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was a quiet suburban neighborhood. Or was it? Okay. The police need to find out. So they go to Tanya's inner circle of friends.
Okay.
The church inner circle ladies.
The hen house.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Her church besties.
Yeah, the church hen house.
So these ladies.
That's some gossiping queens.
What?
They know every breath you take.
Don't get me started on church. I try not to do church stories, but this this one just jumped out at me. It was crazy. So church ladies, they said they know some stuff about Marie.
Right.
Being a surrogate.
Right.
But they were sworn to secrecy.
I bet.
And as the pregnancy went on, Tanya also told the church ladies that it wasn't artificial insemination.
Oh, weird.
It was all natural.
What she watched?
If you get
It's
what I'm
weird
saying.
as fuck.
Yeah, she
Ooh.
did.
Like, if you can't put it in my womb, put it in hers.
I mean, gross.
Fucking
She's
weird.
creepy in the corner like this. Baby.
Good job,
precious,
babe.
precious. Okay. Tanya told her friends that it was okay with her that James had sex with Marie. Bullshit.
Okay.
Bullshit. All right.
Bullshit?
Guess what else the inner circle told the detectives?
Let me hear it.
That they threw. They threw a baby shower for
No.
Tanya. This was not a shower for Marie. It was for Tanya. And Tanya wore a balloon under her shirt, acting like
Are
she
you
was
serious?
pregnant.
Okay, so
Like she-
Mrs. Pastor is pretty delusional at this point.
Like,
What the fuck?
Marie was there and she was pregnant in the picture, but there's Mrs. Pastor with the balloon under her shirt standing next to pregnant Marie.
That's weird.
But remember, the inner circle ladies had to keep this a secret. Yeah. So the detectives are like,
It's weird.
what?
What the fuck?
Could y'all come back into the station? We got a couple more questions for y'all.
Yeah.
So James and Tanya were like, well, James was like,
I did you know? And that was real. They really done had sex in
they
there.
did it all natural. Well, James didn't go back into the police station for an interview, but Tanya did.
Of course.
And Tanya let it all hang the
bet
fuck
she
out
did.
during the interview.
I bet she did.
She told them one night that James and Marie had been drinking.
Oh, Mr. Pastor.
Tanya says she was sober. Of course she was.
of course, she's the saint.
And then they had too much to drink, and one thing led to another, and bound chicka wow wow.
Threesome?
No.
Oh.
But Tanya said she was there in the room when it happened.
So like a visual halfway threesome.
I don't... I shouldn't sound judgy, but like, I'm sorry.
Well,
I saw Tanya. I saw Marie.
that's about as biblical.
I would have been jealous.
It's about as biblical as Apple is of a biblical name. That's about how that is.
I would have been jealous if I was Tanya. Okay.
You think? Yeah. Here, have this young, sweet,
Beautiful,
nectar,
karaoke loving, sing to him.
Philippines girl.
Yes. Okay. So Tanya and James's biggest concern, and for all the secrecy and everything, was they didn't want anyone in the church to find out that they were into polygamy.
Oh.
Yeah. They felt like...
Do we know what denomination this church is?
It's just a general non-denominational. I mean, literally, like, it's in a strip mall. It's not...
Okay.
You know... it sounds a lot like Baptist to me.
It's probably non-denominational. If it is affiliated with the Calvary realm, that's non-denominational.
If it's affiliated with a strip mall,
then it's strippers.
Okay, so they were worried that they would lose everything.
Well, yeah.
If the church members, why church always got to have some shit like this going on?
Because that's just how it is.
I mean, seriously,
it's the most trusted. It's the most soft and simple, and they could do no wrong. And half the time, it is circled into all that fucking shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
yeah. The inner circle also heard Tanya say, James would never be able to do that, but I would. Saying she was referring to killing Marie. More than one person heard Tanya say that. So what are you thinking at this point?
If y'all are into polygamy, why you didn't just take her in as a wife? You're going to let this girl, that's what polygamy is, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to let this girl live with you. You're going to let this girl have sex with your husband. Just go ahead and have your own ceremony. You need 2 witnesses. Get your freaking girls, have them sign off, and they're married.
The only thing that they thought was the church wouldn't accept it. So it's obviously not
the girls.
Well, it's obviously not the type of church that accepts polygamy. Okay. 2 months went by, and detectives got the cell phone records of Marie, James, and Tanya. Police are expecting the records to show that Tanya and Marie's phones were near each other around the time that Marie went missing.
Okay.
But guess what the records show?
James.
Pastor James.
Dirty motherfucker.
Dirty James and Marie's phones were pinging off the same cell tower at the time Marie sent the group message to her family.
I smell a blackmail story.
When Marie's car was dropped off at the airport, Pastor James' cell phone was pinging off the towers near the airport.
Mm-hmm.
Did Pastor James drive Marie to the airport and didn't tell police? Or did James take Marie's car to the airport to cover up a crime?
That sounds more possible to me.
Either case, the police couldn't prove anything at this point.
Well, no, because...
So let's throw some more information out there.
All right, let's hear it.
Back to the church for a moment.
The strip mall church.
The strip mall church. The youth pastor of the church, his name was Jason.
Only J's in this church.
What?
Only J's.
James, Jason. Okay. Jason came forward to the police and was like, I got to tell y'all something.
Oh, shit.
He said, right after Marie disappeared, Pastor James went to one of the church elders asking for help. I hate it when
fucking
they call
elders.
that. Like,
it just sounds like
just
very...
because you're older than me doesn't mean you're smarter than me.
9 times out of 10, you are not smarter.
No.
Okay, pause.
Yes.
Do we know the age difference between Mr. and Mrs. Pastor and Marie?
They, to me, she looked like early 20s and they look like late 20s. Like,
okay, so
not huge.
Not like, we're not talking about like...
We're not talking about
keep sweet and whatever the fuck that shit is.
Keep sweet and pray, or pray and keep and sweet.
Be quiet or something.
Shut the fuck up and follow me and do everything I tell you to do. Yeah, what was that show on Netflix?
I don't know what it's called.
Y'all need
keep
to check
sweet
that.
or be sweet or keep sweet and be quiet or some shit. Like, I don't think it's be quiet. I watched it and it was so wild.
It was. Keep sweet and be quiet. That's kind of how they
That's literally the story. Shut the fuck up. This is who your husband is.
Walk behind me and fuck this old man over here.
And don't say a word about
20
it.
wives. Okay. Where was I? All right. Jason, the youth pastor, said that right after Marie disappeared, Pastor James went to the church elders and one of them and asked for help. James said he needed help getting out of the country.
What?
The elder asked, why do you need to get out of the country?
Weird as fuck, dude.
James said, I can't tell you, but it's really bad.
If I tell you,
I'll have to kill you. And it was this interaction between the two of them. James was so distraught that the elder thought he was suicidal. And James got committed to a psych ward for 10 days.
Well, that's good for that elder for saying something, because James and his wife didn't say shit.
It seems to me like the church folk have their shit together.
Yeah.
But the pastor and Mr. and Mrs. Pastor,
the kingpin leader, ain't doing shit right.
Go put your jeans and your Hawaiian shirt away, brah. You're checking into the psych ward. All right. So while the pastor's out of commission, Jason took over the preacher duties.
Oh. Okay.
So he got a little bit of a bump up from youth pastor to church.
Probably ain't a bump up in pay, that's for sure.
No, probably not. I mean, it is a strip mall church. But when he got bumped up, that's when Jason found out about the polygamy.
Okay.
Jason, along with other church elders, confronted James and Tanya.
How did they find out?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe the inner circle ladies were like,
hey, motherfuckers.
Let me
tell y'all.
Let me tell you.
Here's some iced tea. I always think of like the women from like the 50s.
Yes.
In their cute little skirts sitting around talking, eating tea sandwiches and just
you think that's what
cattle in it. Oh, yeah.
No, I mean, in the story, 2011, no.
No, but that's what I think of whenever you say the inner circle. That's what I think of.
Yeah. James admitted, when they got confronted, James admitted that he had been sleeping with the two women in the house. James went on to say that he and Marie had a physical altercation.
Okay.
But she was alive the last time he saw her.
But then.
At this point,
somebody's living their best life.
The listeners probably couldn't hear that, but it sounded like someone was
very
yodeling outside. Okay. At this point, James resigned as the pastor. Well, it took you fucking long enough.
Duh.
But get this. Like, when I say immediately, I'm talking like...
Oh, yeah, they'll cut it off quick.
I'm talking that night.
Yeah.
Like, in the heat of the night, James and Tanya left and went to Arizona.
What? Pack your shit up, bitch. We're leaving.
This polygamy thing.
It'll only work out in Arizona. We got to get there quick.
Like thieves in the night.
Oh, yeah. Because they'll say, we're going to expose you at our next... We're going to expose you and you're going to be ruined.
Or if polygamy is not legal where they are, which I don't think it's legal in many places.
Is it legal?
Maybe in Utah, if that.
That would be the only place I would feel like it's
legal. They're
legal.
in Florida, so it's certainly not.
There's other things that are probably legal that shouldn't be legal, but...
So when they left, they took baby Grace with them.
Okay. And Marie was alive, quote unquote, at this point.
No, Marie...
Based on what James
is saying.
Yes.
I mean, like, at this point in the story, nobody knows if she's dead or alive. We will find out soon enough.
Okay, but he's still sticking to the claim that last time we saw her, she was alive and well.
And we did polygamy, and now we're quitting, and then we hop in our car.
We're taking the baby and we're dipping out.
Peace out, bitches. Yeah. But so it's a few days after this happened, that's when Jason said he went to the police with this new information.
Okay.
Like, we found out about the polygamy, we confronted them.
They fucking dipped.
They dipped.
And here we are.
Something's
fucking sus.
But there is some good news.
Okay.
Mr. and Mrs. Pastor left Marie's computer behind.
Good for them.
Bad news.
They got caught up.
It had been erased.
Are you serious?
Good news.
That's the stupidest thing.
Good news. Marie's mom took the computer to the police.
Good.
And they were able to retrieve thousands of text messages.
Nice.
Bad news.
Not good news.
The messages were in a jumble, like, it had symbols and you couldn't read the text
Oh,
message.
like a cryptic.
It would be like hello and then a question mark,
and an emoji and a finger in the hole and all that. Yeah.
a polygamy emoji, whatever that is. Okay. So the messages are jumbled. They can't, it's just like random letters.
They
and
didn't have
symbols.
the eggplant in 2011. They weren't doing the eggplant.
Maybe not.
No eggplant, no peach.
Okay. So there's another thing on Marie's computer. I saw this. It's a video of Pastor James. This was so weird and so random. He was holding a gold coin, talking about its value. Like, have you ever been up late and seen those infomercials where they're selling all those gold?
What the hell is that show called?
I don't know.
It's like the Road Show.
American Roadshow?
No, it's where they value all that random shit people come in with.
No,
what the fuck is it called?
Thinking of Antiques Roadshow. I'm talking about an infomercial where there's a dude with like who's trying to sell you a gold
the Susan B. Anthony
that's worth $1 for $10,000.
Okay, I gotcha.
But he's like so the pastor's in like a Hawaiian shirt and it looks like there's a beach in the background, like he's on a balcony and he's like talking about this gold coin and shit. And so when the police see this, they're like, is this dude a con man?
Fuck? Yeah.
They're like, what is he into? What, there's more going on.
Not just polygamy.
I will tell you now, we don't know. We never
So
learned
weird.
anything more about the gold.
That was it. It was just a blip.
Yes, the gold coin
That's weird.
video. Okay. There's more. Okay.
I can tell you're strained to tell this story.
An anonymous tip was called into Crime Stoppers.
Okay.
The person said that James buried Marie in his backyard.
Oh, fuck.
It could be false.
Oh, fuck.
But the police got to check it out.
That's why they dipped out to Arizona.
They got cadaver dogs out there.
Okay.
Ground penetrating radar. They didn't find anything.
Right.
So months went by. Police kept trying to get James on the phone. He wouldn't answer the phone.
I wonder how many Crime Stoppers tips they had about her body. Probably a lot.
You think?
I would hate to be the person that has to monitor those and say, here, guys, these might be plausible.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't.
It's got to,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know either. It's what did I say? Fort Walton?
Yeah, Beach. Fort Walton Beach.
I feel like there would be a lot of touristy type people, like not a lot of, well, that's doesn't make sense. Anyway.
The inner circle.
The inner circle. Okay, so the police checked it out. Didn't find anything.
Okay.
Months went by. Calling James. No answer. Calling James. No answer. Finally, after a year.
Are we in October now?
A year later.
From October?
Yeah.
Okay.
From October 2011. Okay. So it'd be a year later. So that's what I meant when at the beginning when I said I didn't know what I was talking about. When I said 2011 is when the disappearance happened. That's when she disappeared.
Such a long time for
what?
For them to pursue a missing person, really, because they don't know truly.
They don't, but
for them to pursue a missing person for that long?
Well, when Jason came with that polygamy story,
it amped it up.
It was like,
we got to dig a little deeper.
Yeah. So finally, after a year of calling James, he answered the fucking
Shut the fuck up.
And he told
Same phone number. Dumbass.
You
dumb motherfucker.
Bitch.
Okay. Get a freaking Go phone at this point.
Finally, James told him when he answered, my attorney told me not to talk to anyone, but
I will talk to you.
As most stupid criminals do, James kept talking.
Mm-hmm.
He talked for 2 hours.
What?
Yes.
Don't talk to these people, but talk for 2 hours.
Yeah. First, he said he was angry with Marie for leaving and not letting anyone know where she went or what was going on. Then he said he should have called and got her some mental health help. Then he said he was worried that Marie might have taken her own life.
All in this 2 hour conversation.
Yep.
Oh my
The police
God.
point blank asked him if he killed Marie. He said no.
On God.
So after this 2 hour conversation, which I'm obviously not going to sit here and read word for word, that was it. That like they hung up the phone and they didn't have anything more on him than they had before.
It was literally 2 hours of wasted him just hearing himself talk.
Yeah, but can you imagine how giddy they probably were
I'm sure
after calling?
Oh my God, he answered. Guys, get in here. He fucking answered. Yeah.
put him on speaker.
You got to be all calm. Okay, so what were you talking about?
Yeah. Like, and then what happened? Okay. So the case went cold.
Yeah.
3 years.
Oh.
Marie was missing. Her computer, remember the old jumbled text messages?
Did we get some dweebin to come
We got
uncrypt it?
a new forensic program.
Yeah.
And those text messages that they couldn't read, they are crystal
Can you imagine how
clear.
geeked out those guys who had been probably looking at that shit for such a long time, and the program comes in, it's like, there it is.
But, remember that case?
Yeah. Get everybody in.
So this is some shit. Graphic details of sexting.
Really?
Between Marie and James.
Not a dual group of polygamy. It's just the 1-2.
I think no. Honestly, I think he just like loved her and I don't know. But anyway, they told each other they loved her. They were sending naked photos to each other.
Oh, wow.
Everything was graphic. It all stopped the day that Marie disappeared. Remember when she sent that text to the family?
Mm-hmm.
After that, no texts, no calls, no bank or credit card activity, nothing after that.
Damn.
So 4.5 years after Marie went missing, the case was circumstantial, but prosecutors felt they had enough.
They took it.
Yes.
Good.
They took it to court. James was arrested and charged with second-degree murder.
Okay. Tell me the difference. Second and first.
So, first degree is premeditated.
Okay,
You planned it.
You knew you were doing this.
Second degree is usually heat of the moment.
Right. Okay.
Like if you killed somebody during a bar fight, that would be second degree.
Okay.
So, James was arrested and charged with second degree.
Mm-hmm.
Right before the trial started, the state made a deal with James.
Of course they did.
They reduced the charge from second degree to manslaughter. And in that case, I believe the difference is like the amount of time you're going to serve in jail.
It just gave him the lighter of the two.
Like in Louisiana, whether it's first or second degree, you're going to jail for life.
It's the same amount of time.
Well, no, one could be, yes, but one could be death penalty and one could be just life in prison.
Okay.
Like first degree, I believe in Louisiana, you don't have to get the death penalty, but you can. Second degree, you're going to get life in prison.
Okay.
Without the possibility of parole.
Okay.
This went down from second degree to manslaughter. So at that point, I'm thinking
no life.
He made a deal.
No death penalty.
Well, not only that, but he made a deal to where, hey, I'll do 40 and then I want to be out of jail.
Okay.
Or something like that. Okay. So they reduced the charge, but James had to tell them what he did to Marie and where to find her body. Yeah.
That was the contingency of it.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll give you less time, but
you got to own up to it.
Yes.
Okay.
And Marie's family didn't like the deal that was being made, but
I would want that deal.
They agreed to it because they wanted Marie's body so they could give her proper.
To me, that's the best case scenario. He's still going to serve time. It's not like he's going to walk scot-free, but at least you know what happened and where she is.
Yes.
So you can handle what you need to handle to get that closure.
Yeah. So this is what James said the story was. This is his story.
Okay.
Marie was just like a second wife. Marie called their relationship a throuple. Like a couple.
It sounds about right.
But three, a throuple.
Yeah, that's a throuple.
He said Marie had an outburst one night and she hit him in the chest. He grabbed her and hugged her as tight as he could. And the next thing you know, they both fell to the floor and she wasn't breathing.
What?
Yeah. So he's sobbing while he's telling the story. That he buried Marie in the backyard. And detectives are devastated that they missed finding her because that was like
years.
6 months after she.
Yeah, they could have had closure a long time ago.
Yeah. James insisted Tanya knew nothing about any of it.
Wow.
And Tanya was never charged with anything. They did find Marie and her family.
And she was in the backyard.
Yes, a proper burial. Yeah. Now.
Wow.
Let me hold my paper. Grip it tightly.
Grip it tight. Let's hear it.
James Flanders was sentenced to 15 years.
That's it?
With good behavior, he'll be out in 11. And when he gets out, he can go be with Tanya and Grace.
Oh, my God.
Whose mother he killed. Glad he was caught, but not satisfied with the justice on this one.
Okay, well, now if I was the parent or the family in that situation, fuck it, I'd be livid.
Mm-hmm.
That's it?
Mm-hmm. That's the story of Marie Carlson
Oh,
and
my God.
asshole pastor James Flanders. I'm sure he's preaching up a
Oh,
storm
I'm sure.
in jail.
Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I got to thank Tracy for sending the story idea.
Go, Tracy.
Thank you, Tracy. I watched Dateline, Secrets on the Emerald Coast with Keith Morrison.
I'm going to have to watch it.
And I also went to tuco.co. I got some information there.
Oh, my God.
That's a crazy one. But the ones I tell y'all usually are kind of crazy.
Do you think the wife knew? Honestly. You don't want to speculate.
No, I'll speculate all fucking day. He'll be out soon if he's not already out, and he'll come and hunt me down, and I'll have my gun ready. No, but I feel like there's no way she couldn't have known, because if they're number one, they're all in the same house, and number two,
you literally know if Harold took a shit wrong.
Yeah, well, I mean, number two, they're sexting each other, they're sending naked pictures. Like, how could the wife?
Unless she was a
If it were
traditional
me,
wife
I don't
of
know.
the church and
that was
say
okay
nothing,
with it.
keeps
Be sweet and shut the fuck up. Don't pray or whatever the fuck that show is called.
What the fuck is it called?
Keeps
Pray and be nice. Some fucking
keep
sweetie boy
pray
shit.
and keep sweet or something like that. All right.
Wow. I will tell you, I would not be okay with having to share my husband with anybody. Ever.
You know, I was having that conversation with someone the other day. I mean, for some people it works, and I don't mean to sound judgy.
Yeah, there's no judge. There's no judgment in when I say that.
Me personally, I couldn't do it either.
No.
I love him too much.
Well, I love him too much, and I'd be too jealous.
I'd be too jealous.
So jealous.
What?
Even though I love my
Like,
husband
how
to
you
death,
gonna
but
let
he
him
aggravates
go-
the shit out of me.
But
there ain't no fucking way.
But like, how are you going to let him go like on that show Sister Wives where they each had their own house?
Oh, no.
And he's just like, okay, tonight I'm going to be with Becky and next week I'm going to be with Tanya.
Well, you love her more than that.
We just 3 or 4 wives and like 102 children.
That's so
and
many
it's like, I can't. I don't know. Anyway, all right. Let's talk about something funny.
That's a wild one, Tammy.
That one's crazy. Yeah. Policemag.com.
All right.
So I'm going to read this as they had it written.
Okay.
It's a one-shot little article here.
All right.
What some guys will do for fast food.
What?
Hey, cops know how it is. Maybe even better than your average citizen because they're always driving past those fast food aromas and sniffing the fine smells. Everybody's got their weakness, and man, it's hard to resist. Sometimes you can't even resist that urge when you're right in the middle of something kind of important. That's what happened to LeCount. I think that's his name. And his
Let's call him Larry.
LeCount Maddox, right in the middle of a holdup.
What?
LeCount was getting an A for creativity when he rode his bicycle up to the drive-thru window of a Fort Worth Taco Bell, and another A for efficiency when he waved his pistol, told him to fill the bag with cash and hurry it up. Then sitting there on his bike, sniffing them fine aromas, he blew it. He added an item to his order.
Dumb ass.
And give me a chalupa.
Oh, fuck.
He said. Now, as you can guess, Taco Bell employees can be really quick when it comes to emptying the cash register out for robberies. But delivering fast food
ain't so fast.
From the menu, you'd better be ready for a wait. They even explained to LeCount that they didn't have any chalupas made up and they'd have to hand roll one for him. He told him to go ahead. He'd wait.
With the cash in hand?
Somewhere between deep frying the meat mush and tossing on the yuck cheese, one of them dropped a dime to the Fort Worth Police Department. LeCount was still waiting, pistol and loot bag in hand, when two of Fort Worth's finest screamed up. Undeterred, LeCount took off pedaling like a madman. He didn't even stop after taking one slug in each arm and a leg and didn't dismount and surrender until another police cruiser cut him off and blocked him.
Oh, my God.
Poor LeCount. No chalupa.
Oh, my God.
No money.
Nothing.
No Taco Bell where he's going. And one final ironic note. The cops found out why LeCount never returned fire with that pistol he was waving around. It was a toy gun. The last sentence is, man, they always screw you at the drive-thru.
How stupid.
Thank you, policemag.com. Whoever wrote that, you're awesome. Great writing.
Lord.
Very funny. And that's the story for today.
I'm going to hold them up. Give me all your cash and your finest chalupa.
Would you like mild or Diablo? I'm like, bitch, give me mild, but I want a lot of it. Like, don't give me
Load me up.
Well, don't give me one pack per taco.
Oh.
How you think I'm going to choke that dog meat down if I don't have 3 or 4 packs of sauce?
I couldn't tell you the last time I ate Taco Bell.
I love Taco Bell.
No.
Fuck, I love Taco Bell.
They don't give you the shits for 6 weeks.
I eat it while I'm sitting on the toilet.
The smell of it just... Nope.
I love Taco Bell. That is one of like my guilty pleasures.
Is
Like,
it?
fuck. Hangover Taco Bell. Fucking, like, if I have to go have...
I feel like I'm all super, super fucked up. I'd eat it.
No, I don't have to be super fucked up. But one of my most favorite times to get Taco Bell is like if I have to go have surgery and I'm coming out of
your pregame meal.
No, like,
right after.
You can't eat for so long, you know, and then
starving.
It's an outpatient surgery, and then you wake up and Harold's driving me home, and I'm like Taco Bell.
Give me the Taco Bell, babe.
2 soft tacos and a beef burrito. All right, thank you so much for doing this with me.
Of course.
Hey guys, please go to the podcast awards website and vote.
Are we here again?
It's time for nominations. The month of July is nominations, and then I think in August we will have the final voting if we make it past nominations. But I'm gonna get it up on my website where
we did last year. We made it past nomination.
Yeah, we made it. We got nominated. We got a
category.
trophy for being nominated. This year, I think we are eligible for 5 categories to be nominated in. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
But please go visit the website, www.gritswithsideofmurder.com. And I'm going to put some instructions on there on how to go vote. But the one thing I got to tell you that's most important, while you're doing the nomination process, somewhere in there is going to be a box you need to check to opt in to be part of the final voting.
Check that
If you don't check it, you're not going to get chosen to be part of the final voting. And I think that's where we got messed up.
I think so too,
year,
because you had a lot of people. I mean,
yeah, and the way they do the final voting is they randomly pick people who check that opt-in box.
And if you don't check it,
they're not going to randomly pick you to vote.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope. That's all I got.
Y'all go follow us on YouTube because we almost have 1,000 subscribers.
Yay!
Yeah, we need 1,000 subscribers.
That's awesome.
Go to Patreon, patreon.com/grits if you want to help support the show. And if that's it.
That's it.
Thank you again.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Chandler, for camera switching. We're going to let Zydeco Mike take us out.
Bye.